Hello and welcome to the Global Electronics Report with me, David Burford. It's Friday, January 20th, and today's programme is sponsored by Twin International. Panasonic has acquired an industrial laser startup, Tera Diode. Based out of Massachusetts, Tera Diode is a supplier of high-brightness direct diode lasers, or DDL, for industrial use. The two companies had a strategic alliance already since 2013 in order to speedily meet market needs, and in 2014 released the Lapis laser welding robot utilizing Tera Diode's high brightness DDL technology, in which Panasonic has exclusive rights. Due to the close collaboration of the two companies, they agreed to make Tera Diode 100% subsidiary of Panasonic. In other acquisition news, ACE Production Technologies has been acquired by Nordson Corporation. ACE now joins a family of other companies under the Nordson umbrella, such as Dage, Dima, Matrix, EFD, Yestech, March, and SMT. Founded in 2005, ACE will now operate as a new business line within Nordson's Advanced Technology Systems segment. Alan Cable, ACE's founder, will act as a consultant for the company and continue in product development and process engineering. Dymax Europe has announced Christoph Gers as its new managing director as of January 1st. He brings with him over 15 years' experience in various roles at chemical and technical companies and was managing director of Den Braven Group, Germany, prior to his appointment. In his new position, he intends to strengthen Dymax's market position in the European adhesives market. The EU is to hold a vote on whether or not robots and other technologies using artificial intelligence should be classed as electronic persons, according to The Independent. MEPs have voted to propose the legal status to robots, with a warning that legislation is needed to see how machines could be held responsible for their actions. Global SMT and Packaging Editor-in-Chief Trevor Galbraith has been busy travelling the world this week, with visits to Singapore and Japan. His first stop was the new ASM Competence Centre, and he sent this report.
Tuesday heralded the opening of the new Competence Centre for ASM Assembly Systems in Singapore. This follows the successful launch of their Competence Centre in Munich last year and is part of a global network of 5 regional competence centres around the world. But what is a competence centre? Demo centres and technical centres have been around for years. Competence centres do not simply showcase the equipment, they highlight the process. If you're in the business of equipping smart factories, then you need to be able to demonstrate the potential for improving and optimizing your process. The Centre of Competence in Singapore was opened on Tuesday, January 17th by Dr. Koh Po Koon, Minister of State for the Ministry of National Development and Ministry of Trade and Industry, Singapore. The state-of-the-art centre comprises a fully optimised SMT line and supporting stations for nozzle development, placement head calibration, and many more tools to assist visitors with prototype testing and troubleshooting. One interesting addition was the world's first fully automatic chip assembly machine, which handles wafers up to 12 inches and has a placement speed of 42,000 flip chip dies per hour. Rounding out the ASM portfolio, the other side of the Competence Centre displayed a range of advanced packaging equipment, although this part was a demo centre unlike the fully operational SMT equipment. The management of the Centre of Competence will be headed up by Fan Yong Chong, supported by a team of applications experts, process engineers and industry partners. The entire setup looks very well organised, which is typically German, and I cannot think of a better place for customers to come and learn about the power of process optimization using Industry 4.0.
His next stop was Internetconn Japan show in Tokyo.
Welcome to what is undoubtedly the biggest electronics show in the world, with over 2,200 exhibitors, should I say, and over 100,000 visitors at this show. It's absolutely enormous.
This massive event comprises 12 different shows, including InterNEPCON, Electrotest, Automotive World, and Wearables Expo. Two new shows that have been added this year are Robodex and Smart Factory Expo. The international nature of the show is also growing with an increasing number of overseas visitors. The exhibition is supported by 340 conference bilingual sessions with a who's list of keynote speakers from companies such as Cisco, Fanuc, Airbus Industries, and many more. Inside the halls, it is wall-to-wall people, eagerly inspecting all the latest technologies, and there's plenty of it for them to see. One of the nice things about this event is that you have the opportunity to see a lot of equipment that you rarely see outside of Japan. There is some amazing engineering and innovation in this country, some of which we will highlight in our video interviews on Global SMT TV over the next few days. During the show, I had the pleasure of meeting the President and CEO of Fuji Corporation, Nobuyuki Soga, and was introduced to the entire Smart Factory team. Meanwhile, over at Yamaha, they debuted two new mounters from the newly merged iPulse stable, the YSM-10 entry-level machine and the new 3D hybrid. I spoke to Richard Vergesen about the merged brands and his plans for a new factory and R&D center.
Yeah, the iPulse machines are already for 10 years Yamaha brand. Now physically we are moving into a new factory where we are merging the R&D of all our platforms into one factory where the engineers are sitting together, physically building the machines in the same factory, and worldwide all our divisions are integrating the iPulse sales and service channels.
Reed Exhibitions are now working on plans to regionalise the show around the country with smaller events, and they're also actively considering splitting the show over 2 exhibition sites here in Tokyo. I spoke to Reed's international director, Hajime Suzuki, about his plans for the future.
When does it get too big?
Well, if we have to split it, we will probably maybe use 2 venues, Tokyo big site, and also Makuharimese, and doing it all together. Yes, but why? But we're also planning to do in more region cities. That's why from next year we're also doing this NEPCON and automotive and robotics show also in Nagoya. Because it's also a center of the automotive and also aerospace sector. That's why, so from next year we're going to have the Tokyo show and also the Nagoya show. And probably in the future we might be doing also in Osaka and also other regions as well.
Well, that's it from Tokyo. This is Trevor Galbraith signing out. Make sure and watch the videos over the coming week on Global SMT TV.
Qualcomm has expanded its Design in India program. The chip manufacturer is launching a new innovation lab in Hyderabad and expansion of the innovation lab in Bangalore to enable Indian mobile and IoT vendors access to advanced camera, audio and RF design. The Qualcomm Design in India Challenge 2 will support companies in many sectors such as rural technology, biometric devices, payment terminals, agricultural technology, medical technology and smart infrastructure. That's it for this week. Thank you to our sponsor Twin International, bubble-free potting from the world leader in benchtop to fully inline potting under vacuum. Check back with me next week for more top stories from around the electronics world.